want to talk about my sister. I asked her for permission first. So my sister is really funny. And I don't mean like play funny, I mean like really funny, like gut busting funny. Like I've skipped ab day multiple times because I'm laughing with her. And so there was this one instance a couple weeks ago that I just kind of got really sad in the midst of laughing, and I couldn't figure out what it is, but it kept happening. So I finally said to her, sometimes I get really sad when you're making me laugh. And she kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And I think about all the times that you struggle with suicide, and I think about all those laughs that I would never have had if it wasn't, you know, if you actually had have taken your life. This one's called Still Here. Next time Death calls and asks how you've been, I'm telling him you're not home. I'll tell him he hasn't sown anything that makes him worthy to reap the benefits of your heartbeat. I'll probably answer in some bad accent of a language I don't even speak. I'll tell him that you've moved on. I'll hint at him so he knows you're staying here for a while, and to call me selfish, but I'm not ready to part with your smile. I'll remind him of how he lost his sting. I'll tell him of the victory you're currently living in. I'll probably tell you something like it was the wrong number. I'll remind you that you're stronger. I'll say since God's ways are higher than our own, then darling, you're wrong, you belong here. That the battle's not yours, it's the Lord, so it's not your call to opt for surrender. When today leaves us and runs off to be with every other yesterday, there will be nothing anyone could say to keep my heart at bay if we couldn't meet tomorrow together. If your presence was no longer present and I had to start using past tense verbs like she was, or he would always, or we used to, or I would've, should've, could've, or you lived. And I'm writing this piece because I know what a close call is, and I want to pray you out of his reception. To bind every almost, to rebuke another not quite, to resume our responsibility of intercession for your life. I won't let you go down without a fight. For every God, please, positioned on my knees, if this is what it takes, I'll stay at his feet. I'll use this power of life and death to fight for your next breath. From hell or high water, I won't lose you to yourself or the enemy's translation of you. I won't lose you to the world's interpretation of you or the summation of your past. God gave you a gift that you don't just get to give back. You don't get to manipulate the Father of time and persuade him that yours is up. You cannot give up, and I won't let you. That's why when we hug, I exhale like it's the last thing I was good at. I say I love you like it's my first language, and I pray that my next inhale can carry us into forever. I hold on like I never cared that this moment could sense our desperation. That's why dead silence on phone calls won't persuade me to hang up. Honestly, I'd rather have some dead air than a dead you, and the time running reminds me how much I value your pulse. And people will probably think I care more than I should, but quite frankly, I think anyone would if they knew what it took for you to be here. They would know that this warfare is not a game, and personally, my life wouldn't be the same if you weren't still here. That's why I love in a way that some people may not get. So you know that you're more than your mistakes. You're more tenacious than your regrets. You might have been down and out, but God's not through with you yet. He loves you way more than I ever could. But this isn't the way he wanted you back. He wants to show you just how much in the midst of the attack, so give him a chance to show himself true. Because I'm not done counting days with you. So when today leaves us and runs off to be with every other yesterday, at night I want to look death square in the face and say, they're holding on. They're still here. Baby, you're holding on. You're still here. Thank you.